At this time, most Americans are unfamiliar with a peaceful death. Too many die in hospitals, hooked up to all sorts of instruments and machines. They are resuscitated when there is no hope for a recovery to a meaningful existence. They are given futile treatments at great expense to both the families and to society, and at a great emotional expense and pain to people who were dying.
My own experience with my mother's death 3.5 years ago taught me that if families are not prepared to talk about the end of life in a person we love, we will not get the most precious gift we can give a person who is really sick, which is a decent and human end of life.
I think the balance of public policy in this country has tipped too far over in the direction of protecting provider conscience and has abandoned the rights of patients. We need to restore the balance of power and make sure that it's patients' rights that come first.
A theology of compassion is one that posits that God and the attributes of God are essentially love and compassion for each of those God has brought into the world.
And it's important that Americans who believe that they have a right, using their own ethical guidelines and framework to make decisions, not allow the religious right or any other interest group to determine for them what their options, what their choices at the end of their life will be.
All lives do eventually end, and that we must be prepared for the end as we prepare for the beginning.
And that whether one withholds, or whether one withdraws, or whether one provides the means for an individual to choose to end their life at a time of unbearable pain and suffering, all of these are acts of love and acts of compassion.
If we don't prepare our families to confront the reality of the end of life, we will miss the point, and probably we will produce a lot of suffering and a lot of discomfort in our beloved ones. That's why I encourage you who are watching this video to think about it first. Think, what would you like for yourself? And then talk to your family and be prepared. The last time I checked, the mortality rate for human beings was still 100%.